Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a Chevy Colorado Trail Boss. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Lurch Miller Chevy here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions, need any help, just ask for Nick. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.7 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town, and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 310 horsepower and then 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I really like this metallic gray paint. I think it looks really sharp, and I like how it kind of goes up and down throughout. And then this has halogen lights for the headlights on this Trail Boss. You can see you've got the Chevy bow tie, little Trail Boss logo as well. And look at the metallic trim. And then this one has the air dam. You can get a package where it's like more aggressive with the front end. This one just doesn't have it. But regardless, putting it all together, I think the Trail Boss has a pretty cool look from the front end. And then when you pop around side, you've got a tire and wheel setup of 265, 65, 18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see the wheels completely blacked out, and yeah, pretty nice all-terrain tires. I like how big the fender flares are. It look a lot more aggressive. Colorado here on the side. You can see with the mirror caps, door handles, all of that. And then we do have leaf springs here in the back, so you can see that whole setup. And they got a Trail Boss logo. And here's your full side view with the Trail Boss. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the Chevy bow tie in the back as well. Now taking a look at the bed, first off, the tailgate is not dampened, so you do have to lower it yourself. Got a ruler here on the back, and then nothing else here with the bed on this particular Trail Boss, just a basic truck bed at that. And then lifting this up, it's pretty light. You can see Chevrolet here on the back, and look at the taillight design. Got the cool bumper step there, and then notice how it's actually painted black. And putting it all together, let me guys think about the looks here with this Trail Boss. Now taking a look at the door panel with this, we've got pretty basic material use with the Trail Boss. You can see a little storage. And then these seats are actually vinyl, which I really like. Makes it so they're easier to clean if you do some off-roading. And just like other Colorados, you got this little latch you pull and that lets you access underneath the seat. And then legroom back here, pretty typical for a mid-sized pickup truck. Got some cup holders here, got some vents as well. The window is manual for the operation, but you can open it. And then headroom back here, it's pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel again, basic with the material use. Got all of our window controls. Notice the driver one is automatic. And let's quick look at the mirror. And then 1,553 pounds of payload capacity with this truck. Vinyl seats up front as well. Seat is manually adjustable. And then we have our trailer brake control right here. It's got for the hood latch release. And then the steering wheel is manually adjustable. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, it's actually pretty interesting. So it's got this perforated texture here, and then not at the bottom, but it is not like soft, but it's got some give to it. It's interesting. We've got analog controls to the radio on the back. You've got practical controls here in the front for the center screen. You got your cruise control of that, turn signal, windshield wiper stalk. And speaking of that center screen, it's pretty cool how you can change what information this shows. It's pretty customizable. And again, you gotta remember this is kind of more of an entry-level pickup truck, so I think it's pretty cool, the different menus that you can go through. And then in reverse, we just have a regular backup camera. Trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, analog volume control. Response time with the screen, it's pretty solid. I mean, you can see, takes a second for some of the pages to load up, but overall, I think it responds decently well. So single zone climate with this, and then you've got that for the auto stop start, lane departure hazard lights, and kind of like a little storage area here with the USB. And we do have our drive mode select, which is pretty cool with the different modes you can pop into with this. And then the drive line, it does have an advanced 4-wheel drive system, 2-speed transfer case. Shifter for the 8-speed, and then you can see manual shift function, which lighting's kind of bad today. Parking brake down below, some cup holders. Good storage. I like the trim here on the top of the center console as well. And then with the glove box, yeah, pretty good with the storage. And then pretty basic again with the trim, but easy to clean is the big benefit there. Now here is the window sticker for this Trail Boss. This one has a little bit of equipment added to it, but not a lot. And by the way, the Trail Boss does have the G80 rear locker. It's automatic. That's why we didn't see any locking differential button inside. Anyways, there's your base MSRP. And then you can see this one has a couple of options. Total MSRP, $41,290. This thing looks like an absolute bargain compared to that new Tacoma. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, both the rest of the rear, and, well, let us set off in the Trail Boss. The cool, affordable Colorado. I'm excited for this year of mid-size pickup trucks because, you know, last year obviously new Colorado, new Canyon, and now this year we get the new Tacoma, new Ranger. So got a lot of new kids on the block. It'll be exciting to see how all of it kind of ends up shaking up. But focusing, key fob missing. I got the key fob in my pocket. Anyways, let's focus on this Trail Boss here. I will say I do like these seats. You know, they're pretty dang comfortable. And the thing that's really appealing to me is much easier to clean than cloth seats. Much easier to clean than cloth. And the suspension, this has a lift compared to regular Colorado, by the way. Seems pretty comfortable. Man, it's got power. I love this engine. For a 4-cylinder, it's impressive. Suspension's pretty smooth. And yeah, I've driven quite a few of these Colorados. I lived with one of these for a week, so I've got a pretty good idea of, you know, what this is made of. It handles pretty well. I mean, it's a little bit bigger. That turn signal's kind of, it isn't fully, it's kind of weird. It's not bad. Yeah, this drives well. You know, with this, why did it do that? So when I locked the wheel, then it did. Weird turn signal system. But as I was saying, you know, when you compare this to the new Tacoma, this, you know, doesn't have a coil suspension like the Tacoma. It has traditional leaf springs. And I don't see that as a bad thing, that this has traditional leaf springs. The reason I say that is it doesn't hop around with the back end a bunch. It seems pretty well planted for what it is. I think that Chevy and Ford have kind of perfected the leaf spring. This engine's so powerful. It's a really impressive powertrain. So when you put it all together, this drives well. It's pretty dang comfortable. You know, you could put more aggressive tires on this if you wanted even more off-road chops, but you know, I took one of these off-road. It did pretty well. So it's got a lot going for it, and it's only $41,000. I know some people are going to gawk at that, but I mean, a Tacoma SR5 for the 24 model year, you're talking about 46 grand, 43 grand for a base model, but you know, most of the ones you see at the dealers will be 46 grand. Doesn't have any off-road stuff to it other than being a truck. So I think this is good value. Let me know your thoughts on the Trail Boss.